Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk with Cindy. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in. Good evening. Good evening. As you're coming in, please share. Please share with everyone, and please put your likes and your hearts. Also, as you're coming on, please let us know what state and city that you're from. Please put your state and city where you're from. And good evening to everyone, for this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. So thankful for you guys coming on tonight. God bless you. God bless you. Yes, I see you coming on. I see you. I see you. Good. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, everyone. Blessings to everyone that is coming on tonight. God bless you. We are live on Facebook and YouTube on tonight. So if you know someone that may not be on Facebook, please tell them to watch us now on YouTube under Cindy R. Barber. That's my YouTube page. And please subscribe to my channel, Cindy R. Barber. Good evening. I see you coming on. Please let me know what city and state that you are from. Please put your likes and your hearts on here. I want to personally thank everyone who has sown into this ministry. I really want to thank you very much, and I appreciate it, and I can use it, and I thank you so much for being a blessing to Real Talk with Cindy. Also, another announcement that I have is I am looking for altos and tenors for a special project, and if you are interested in being a part of that, please contact me. I'm going to put my information on the screen, but I want you to contact me. But I am looking for altos and tenors. As you see the information there, my email address is there, ms.cindybarber@gmail.com, or you feel free to inbox me right here on Facebook. But I am in need of altos and tenors for a special project, and you'll hear more about that at a later time. Also, please, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget, on this coming Monday, July 21st, Tuesday, July 21st, I will be hosting 3 prophets that will be coming on. And we're going to hear some exciting things that the Lord has given them and dropped in their spirit for what's going on now. And also they will be prophesying to those that would like a word. And so stay tuned for on Tuesday, July 21st at 8 o'clock, hearing from the prophets. God bless you as you're coming on, as you are coming on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we're going to get started. I'm going to bring on my first guest on tonight. And this is LaToya Herbert. God bless you, LaToya. How are you tonight?
God bless you. I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. I'm so excited to have you with me on tonight. I really am. And I just look forward to what you're going to share. And I want you to be able to tell us, I know you're from New York, the Bronx, and your father is pastor and Bishop Terrance Jones, and your mother is pastoring as well. And I thank God for both of them. I met you when you were a little girl, So it's been quite a few years. But I want you to share tonight the business that you have that's going on in New York.
Yes, so I have been blessed to be able to start a business called the Young Artist Development Program, and
Mhm,
really it's just from the love that I have for music, right? My love
mhm,
for singing,
mhm,
my love for sharing my gift, sharing my heart, and being able to identify that in young people. So I've
mhm.
been able to work with the Department of Education. I've been able to work one on one. I even have my own program that I do, freestanding program, and now
Mhm.
we're offering homeschool, virtual homeschool
Wow.
classes. So the program is about 5 years old. Um,
Mhm,
I was doing it before, but officially five
mhm.
years that I've been doing the Young Artist Development
Wow.
Program. Blessed to do it. God has just been expanding and doing great things. So I'm blessed
Yes.
to be involved in what God had.
Yes. So now during this time of with the pandemic, and I know a lot of things are not open, churches and schools and different things. How are you able to still work with the young people that you have at the school?
Well, initially the school, they shifted to virtual classes. So I was still able to provide services to the school,
Mhm.
virtual, via virtual class,
Oh, great.
to do that throughout the end of the school year. It was
Mhm.
challenging, of course, because it's
Yeah.
different when you're in person and
Hmm.
you feel everyone's, energy and all of that stuff. But we were able to power through it, and it
Yeah.
worked itself out. It did.
Yes. So what is being taught at the school? What are some of the things that you're teaching there?
So the program, my main focus, of course, is singing, because that's
Yeah.
what I do. I sing.
Yeah.
I also do creative writing and spoken word, and
Hmm.
I
Wow.
bring in people to do dance and
Hmm.
rap. When I can't bring in someone, I may dabble a little in the dance and rapping, but that's not
Right.
my thing. So I'm
Right.
a specialist for that.
Yes. Wow. And that's great. Now, what about piano or are you giving piano lessons or someone there?
Yes, I do. So remember, I told you outside of the school, I have a freestanding program,
Yeah.
and I was able to bring on this young man, awesome young man, Jason Wright. Here,
Hmm.
also he's from Harlem, but he plays in the Bronx, and
Hmm.
I was able to bring him on, close friend of mine, and
Hmm.
he offers piano classes. Now he's doing it virtually, which I'm like, God bless you, because it looks challenging, but he seems to love it. So, I was
Yeah.
able to bring him on as a part of the team, and he's doing a great job with it. My little brother Curtis is in the
Mhm.
class, so it's really good.
Okay. Wow, that's phenomenal. So now, what do you plan on? You're going to continue? Well, right now you have to continue virtually
Yeah,
with your students. Are you still taking on new students at this time?
I am. I am. Not to get too spiritually deep, but the truth of the matter is,
Okay.
about a month or so ago, the Holy Spirit told me it's time to pivot, right? And
Hmm.
so I had to shift my focus completely. Um,
Hmm.
and so right now I am focusing on homeschool. So the great
Wow.
thing about that is it doesn't limit me to New York.
Hmm.
So now I'm able to
Wow.
offer services,
Hmm.
in other states, which is a blessing. You know,
It is.
so that's the plan. I'm focused on. I'm penetrating the homeschooling market right now, and
Uh-huh.
it's been going good so far. And I may have to bring on
Great.
some teachers because I can't do it all by myself. But I
Right.
want to be able to offer the program as much as possible.
Wow. Now, if anyone is interested in getting in touch with you, how would they be able to do that?
Well, first of all, they can go directly to my website for the
Okay.
Young Arts Development Program, which is yadprogram.org.
Hmm.
Again, that's yadprogram.org. You can
Hmm.
message me from that website. You can see videos and all that stuff that we do. Or you can find me directly on Facebook, LaToya Jones Herbert on Facebook.
Right. How important to you do you feel that for children, or I don't know if it's just young people, if it's adults too, but for them to learn the arts, how important do you think that's for children to learn a part of their culture or their life? How important do you feel that is for them?
I think it is absolutely one of the most important areas, right? Because
Hmm.
I feel like academics only focuses on one side of the brain.
Right.
I feel like music really opens up the other side of the brain, and it helps. I've experienced how music has opened up, children's ability to perform better in school,
Yeah.
their personality,
Hmm.
confidence. And for
Hmm.
me personally, it really did the same thing for me when I was coming up in school.
Yeah.
One of my favorite teachers introduced me to the power of music as it
Hmm.
relates to education. So,
Hmm.
it's amazing and it's necessary.
Yes, yes, I feel that way too. And that's so nice because it takes special people to be able to teach music to all kinds of children and adults as well too. And I find that during this pandemic, more people are trying to find their way and want something to do. And I think that's a great means to see if this is something that you'd be interested in doing. And sometimes, like you said too, we have to expand our brain, expand our thinking. So I think that I commend you for what you're doing. How long have you had this school?
So the program has been active for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I've been definitely working in multiple schools, and then my own freestanding, and now the virtual.
Wow. That's great. That is really good. And thank God for you. And we're going to talk to you a little bit later. And I'm going to bring on my next guest. And this is Kim Warren. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hello. I'm good.
Good. Good to see you on tonight. And thank you also for being a part of this panel with the millennials. I'm just so appreciative of this. I've also, like LaToya, have known you for quite some time, quite a few years.
Yeah.
I think it was before you were a teenager, I think.
Yeah, I think about 11, maybe.
Yeah. Yes, I think your brother was around 10. So it's been quite some time. So share with everyone as to what God has put in your heart as to what your business is and what you're doing.
So I'm the owner of Chemist Warren Productions, and we are a faith-based theater company. So we produce full-length stage plays at a professional level, which spread the message of Jesus Christ. In our productions, we have all original music. We sometimes incorporate dance, and it's live music as well. When we're doing our off season, sometimes we'll do like monologue nights, things of that nature. And so that's what we pretty much do. I've been able to release a single to like accompany one of my shows. So that's what I pretty much do. I'm a writer. I'm working on a few books right now. So
that's amazing. Well, how did you get started with doing that? With your plays? How did you get started with that?
So actually, it started at Nothing But the Word. I was over the drama ministry, and it was kind of like a whim, like somebody left and they needed somebody to step in. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And we were just trying to keep the youth busy. And so I wrote a skit and people liked it. And so I said, okay, well, let's give them something else to do for Christmas. So I wrote something else. And I thought that everybody else could do this. I didn't think it was anything different until people started saying, hey, it's really good. Like, it really touched my heart. It really ministered to me. And that's when I saw it as like a real ministry opportunity.
Yeah.
And so I started to grow and grow. And then I realized that this was a calling that God had on my life. And I decided to branch out and just be able to tackle some real issues, because I know a lot of times we can't talk about certain things or certain things are not talked about in church, but I wanted to talk about all of it. And I've been blessed to have atheists, Muslims, Catholics, all kind of people come into my shows and be able to sit there, hear the message, and be blessed. So it's really, really awesome.
That is. So how do you go about getting your actors?
So when I first started, I reached out to friends to kind of help me out, people that I knew were talented. And now to this point, casting call. even for people that I've worked with in the past, everybody auditions because I've had times where I thought that this person was going to be the character and somebody walked in off the street and just blew me away. So casting calls, and that's always posted on our Facebook page, which is under Kim S. Warren Productions as well.
Yes. So I was going to ask you too about the musicians. Were you able to find musicians, or how did you go about getting musicians for your play?
So I actually work with Darian Brister. And so, of course, back to Nothing But the Word. And I just kind of go with him. I've had the pleasure of working with Devin Fleming as well, and also Pastor Matthew Greaves. So I usually work with people that I'm familiar with. I'm more so been sticking with Darian because I'm just building a network. And so when we walk into production, front of the house knows what they need to do. Musicians know what they need to do. Singers need to know what they need to do. And we're becoming a well-oiled machine. And it takes out any in-between division. It's a lot of unity. And that's what I love. I love working in that atmosphere.
Right. Absolutely. And I know you were doing some plays in the Jersey area. And I think you branched off and went to Philadelphia.
Yes, we were able to do one show in Philadelphia.
Wow.
So that was really awesome. And that was a great turnout. We actually did 2 shows that day. We did a early morning matinee and then a night show.
What are you doing now as far as, with the pandemic? And I know you can't have any live performances right now. So are you in touch with the actors, or are you guys doing things by way of Zoom, or what are you doing?
So we stay engaged, more like keeping tabs with each other. Unfortunately, we can't do anything at this point, but for all of those who purchased tickets for our show, we were a week away from our show, and we had to postpone it. So we're still in touch, and as soon as we get the clear way, we're going to book our next venue. In the meantime, I've just been writing, working on other productions, as well as me and my daughter, we started doing a little cooking show for her. So it's really fun because I still work in the production area a little bit with editing them and coming up with the ideas, but it's grooming her as far as being in front of the camera and doing all her stuff. And she even jumps behind the camera and like, Mommy, let me see what it looks like. So I'm like, okay, I see it growing.
Right. Absolutely. But it's good to train them up and to start them, start them early. So I thank God for what he's doing. So I'm going to bring on another guest, and thank you so much. I'll see you in a few minutes, Kim.
Okay.
And, let me bring my other guest on. Hi, Terrance. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. And thank you so much for being here and being a part on tonight. So I want you to share what your business is.
Okay. Well, I'm owner operator of Legacy Catering and Events. It's a family owned and operated catering business. We do on-site catering, as well as personal chef options as well.
Wow.
That's
fantastic.
Now, so God's good. God is good.
Yes. How long have you been doing this?
5 years, actually. 5 years.
Really? Do you have a staff that works with you?
Yeah. So I have, aside of a few friends, I have mostly family that works with me. I put my mother to work, my grandmother to work.
Everybody.
They all be in the kitchen. So
right. So what type of foods are you do you do? Everything, or what's your expertise?
Well, we do a lot of soul food, American food, Italian. It's pretty a wide range of varieties. So that would be massive. So I try to perfect a little kind of Caribbean dishes. I just have fun with it.
Okay. So now you're a personal chef too. So you go to people's homes and you cook there, or the food is already prepared and you go and serve it, or how do you do?
Yeah, no, we'll cook right on the spot. We'll cook at your home and prepare a nice dinner for you and whoever guests are, and right in front of you from start to finish. It's all done in the house and served by myself and staff.
Wow, that's amazing. It really is amazing. How can people get in touch with you if they want to for your services?
Well, we have a couple of avenues. Email us at legacy.catering@yahoo.com. You can also call us at 267-580-5734. Book Legacy Catering and Events, and we're also on Instagram at just Legacy Catering.
Okay, very good. And so I'm going to talk to you and bring everyone back in a few minutes. Okay. And I'm going to bring on my next guest. And my next guest is coming on. Please, everyone, as you're coming on, please share and please tag someone and please let them know that we are here. Give us your likes and hearts. Really, really appreciate it. Good evening. My next guest is Nicole Lester.
Hi, everybody that's watching. How y'all doing?
Good to see you on tonight.
Good to see you too.
So please explain to us as to what your business is.
Sure. So I am currently a independent distributor of Herbalife, which is health is for your nutrition. So a lot of people always think that it's just about losing weight, but it's not. We have a lot of different products, stuff for your immune system, your digestive system. If you want to gain weight, because there is a proper way to gain weight, it's shakes that you can actually do to gain weight, or if you just want to have protein. Listen, we have a variety of things, and I work directly with you to find out what your goal is, what your plan is, and how can we get the best result for you. So I'm also on this journey myself, so I just like to bring people along with me.
Okay, so how would they be able to get in touch with you?
Sure. So I'm on Facebook, Nicole Lester. You can easily find me. And then my website, you can actually go to my website, which is Nikki, NICKY, Lester.goherbalife.com. And you can click on there and you can email me at ncole24@comcast.net. Any of those avenues or ways, you'll be able to get access to me.
Yes. And how important is it? Because I find that during this pandemic, since everyone is home, and everyone is cooking and everyone is really eating. How important is it? Well, we know it's very important for us to keep our health and to lose weight, but how during this time would you suggest for people to be able to do that when they're home and not really moving, being mobile? How would you encourage them to buy the product or to lose weight?
Sure. So, I want people to really think about it in a way like this. So oftentimes we think that we want a quick result. We want something to come fast. And the truth and the reality of it is that we don't gain weight overnight, so we're not going to lose it overnight. That's and so it really is a process, and it really teaches you how to make better choices and make better decisions. I was someone who didn't like to eat breakfast. I didn't understand the importance of breakfast, but I actually am in school and I'm getting my master's in biomedical science. And one of my classes was biochemistry. And that was the most amazing class because I've learned some stuff, but I learned the importance of eating breakfast and what it and why it's important, because at night you're in a state where you're still using energy. We think because we're asleep our bodies aren't still operating, but it's operating under a fasting state. You're not eating. So when you get up, you want to switch your body over to the non-fasting, and so that you can start consuming energy so your body can use and you can feel revitalized.
Right.
And so, our products, our shakes help me to do that. It helped me personally to do that. Help me to grab it. How easy it is to put a shake together in the morning, drink it, and then I find myself having so much energy. In the process, then you're losing weight, but it's some people it varies on if your weight will vary how much you lose. But I really work with you to teach you that even in this pandemic time, how you can actually make better decisions. So even if you're at home cooking, you're not cooking all that fried food. You're not eating all this stuff or ordering all night on. You're learning how to make better decisions. It starts mentally here first. So once you have a determination here, then the rest will work.
And that's so true. It really starts up here. A mindset to want to lose or to eat healthy. Because a lot of times some people may not want to lose. They just want to eat healthy. So that's very important. But I want to thank you so much, and I'm going to bring on our next guest, And our next guest is none other than Brennan Pritchett. How are you, Brennan? How are you tonight?
For having me today. Thank you. I'm doing well.
Good. Good to have you on tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Please share with everyone, because a lot of people don't know who you are. So please share with everyone what your business is and what you do.
Yes. My name is Brennan Pritchett, and I am a new music recording studio owner in Clayton, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And I've been in business starting in last November. And this November it'll make 1 year that I've been in business in the recording.
Congratulations.
Industry. Thank you.
Yes. So what has that experience been like, putting a studio together? Because I'm sure you've done it, but now you have a studio. What has that been like, putting a studio together and then, trying to find people or people finding you to record them?
So far, this has been a very, very good journey so far. Before I started my own studio, I was producing for some artists before, but now I have my own facility. Now they all come to my studio, and then by word of mouth and by advertisement, my business has been growing since then.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yes.
I'm sure you have a lot of various instruments in your studio as well.
Yes, I do. Okay. I have the Motif 8. I have a Hammond CV. I have a Yamaha custom drum set.
Wow.
I have about 8 large diaphragm microphones. And anything that you need, I can record it. Anything audio, I can record it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yes. How many CDs have you, or how many groups have you recorded so far?
I've recorded about 8 groups so far, 8 CDs so far out of the studio. So it's been very good. It's been very good.
Yes.
Including my own. So that's including like 9 groups so far.
Okay. So you have music out as well?
Yes, I'm releasing new music on September 5th. Actually, I'm having a big music festival, a social distance concert that'll be happening September 5th outside of my studio. So it's going to be a great event.
Wow. Now it was another question that I had wanted to ask you as well. Do you find during this time, how is your business going? Have you found that it's been slowful in any way since we had the pandemic?
Yes, it's been a little, for the first 2 months, for April and May, it's been a little slow, but since June, it's been going. My business has been growing some, so it's been now. It's frequently like it used to be, so it's coming along again.
Good. I'm so excited for you because I've heard your music. So how would a person, if they're interested in recording, how would they be able to get in touch with you?
They can contact me through my website, BrennanPritchettMusic.com, or you can email me at bpritchettmusic@yahoo.com, or you can call me 609-431-0164, and I'll be happy to help you any way I can.
Yes. Wow. And we're going to share again towards the end. I'll have everyone to give their email information, their phone number, so we can get in touch with you. But I had a couple of questions, and we are open for questions if anyone is interested in asking anybody on the panel a question. But my question is, what can you share to someone watching, tools that they would need in order to start their business? What would you be able to share? We'll start with Kim. What would you be able to share with someone who's watching, and what would you be able to let them know?
I would say something that's important is to be extremely professional, organized, and make sure you market yourself correctly. A lot of people don't invest in marketing, and sometimes it's your program, ad, flyer going across somebody's screen for 2 seconds, and you have to grab their attention. And for me, it's like, if you don't put the energy into marketing yourself, why should I support you? Like, you have to invest in your brand, and it's very important. And that's my biggest thing. Have your paperwork in order. Like, a lot of times people are doing businesses and they don't do their paperwork, and you can't get access to a lot of benefits And then go for it. Like, I would never think that I would be where I am if I would have just listened to my own demons. Like, just go with God, and He put it in you for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I know that marketing is vital, is very important. A lot of people don't think that it is, but marketing yourself and your business is vital. So how will people really know about you? You know, and if you don't speak well of it and invest in what you're doing, you can't expect anybody else to really do it as well. Terrence, what would you
Right.
say to someone who would, you know, be interested in starting a business? And, you know, it doesn't matter what that business could be. What would you be able to share with them?
Um, Definitely remain consistent and put the
Yeah.
quality on everything you do. Uh, don't half step it. Make sure that whenever you do, you go above and beyond. Because first impressions are everything. You can
Yeah.
have a really great first impression or a really terrible first impression. And in my business, I've had, I've experienced all. I'm like, man, I could have did that so much better. So, and you lose some customers, you gain some, but especially for longevity and retaining
Mhm.
customers, and you want to make sure you're consistent. You just be
Right.
consistent, and also just know that in the beginning, it's going to be rough. But if you just ride that storm out, the
Yeah.
finance struggle that you'll have because you're going to put a lot of your own money into it, you'll see residuals, but you just got to ride it out and wait.
Right.
wait.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, writing it out. And Nicole, what could you share?
I would share that you should believe 100% in whatever it is that you're putting your all into. If you don't believe in it, if you don't have passion, you will be discouraged by every no, by every closed door, by every person that's not going to support you. But there have been people that have literally held on to the
Yeah.
things that they were passionate about. Literally
Hmm.
lost stuff, lost people. They had
Hmm.
passion and were driven by the things that they knew they were called to do or knew that they needed to do. And so I would say make sure you believe 100% so you can be authentic in whatever it is that you're doing.
Hmm. Right. Someone commented here and said, I'm trying to find it. And he said that hobby versus being an entrepreneur is two different things.
That's true.
And that's very true. Here it is here. A hobby versus being an entrepreneur is two different things. And that's very true. Very true. LaToya, what would you say to someone?
It's very important to understand that people invest or want to partner and do business with people. So if you're not likable, if you're not a nice person, if you're not someone who is willing to go the extra mile for somebody, no one has cornered the market. There are multiple
Right,
people doing what you're doing. So you
right,
have to know that, or you want people to want to do business with you. You want
yeah,
people to see you and say, you know what? I know all these people are doing this, but I want to work with you. I want to work with your company. I want to work with
yeah.
your brand. There's something different about you that
Hmm.
I want to choose you. One of the schools that I worked with, they were like, if you're not here in this building, we don't want the program. Basically,
Right,
like that.
right. And that's so true. And being nice goes a long way. And if you don't like people and can't work with people, you really shouldn't have a business. Brennan, what would you have to say? And then we have a question for you.
Okay. I would say I definitely agree with the panel, but one thing I would add, 5 years ago, I started when I first released my first project. I was talking to my co-producer,
Hmm.
and one thing he said that you need to start, if you're going to be in business, you need to start an LLC.
Yes,
And that way you can go to a bank and you'll receive an EIN number and you'll be registered with the state and federal. And that way, so when checks deposit, it won't go on your name, it'll go on the business name, and then you'll be able to pay yourself. And then, second of all, um, I definitely agree with the marketing yourself. But
hmm,
for a person that's in music, for any artist, you want to start going through a distribution company, and you
hmm.
want to go through a BMI, you want to go through an ASCAP, you
That's
want to go
right.
through a publishing company, and then own your own publishing company through a publishing company. So
Right.
that's two things that I could recommend: starting an LLC, and if you're in the music industry, open yourself up to open your business up under a publishing company, ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI, people like that. So that's one thing I would say. LLC is very important because understanding what it is.
It is. Right. And if you're a songwriter, getting your songs copywritten and even having your own publishing company.
There you go.
You know, that's where the money is too. And we have a question for you, Brennan. What does Mike Barnes want to know? What does studio time cost nowadays?
It's various. I know my studio rate, I have a special 4 hours for $175 and then 8 hours for $300. So that comes with engineering costs, but some studios can be $35 up to $250. Working with Paramount Studios. So that's my rate right now.
Yes. Wow, that's great. Now, what about Pro Tools?
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Very good. Now, my other question, I was looking to see if anyone else had a question. And Kamani David says, LLC protects you from your personal assets that would be taken. So definitely it guards you with your own personal assets, and things belong to you. Ownership is everything. Owning it's everything. Now, my other question to you, to the panel, is how has the pandemic affected your business, and how has it affected you in any way, spiritually and also with your business? So let me start with Nicole.
So the pandemic has actually been good for my business. A lot of people have recognized that, they gained a couple of extra pounds during the pandemic. So everybody's like, hey, you're trying to get on board with it. And then personally, it hasn't affected me too bad. I've been afforded the privilege to be able to work from home for my full-time job. And so I actually just got a promotion at my full-time job as well. So I've been just leaning into God. I'm not going to say that there wasn't days that was hard, that I had to ask God, like, listen, this is a little rough out here. Just from being in the house so much. But out of that, I'm just been leaning on God, and He's just been taking me through it.
Right. Yes. Now, Terrance, how has the pandemic affected your business and even you spiritually, or has it affected?
Well, it's been a lot slower, that's for sure. Doing their own cooking, large events, so things have really as far as the business wise. We did kind of shift a little bit with the personal chefing, more so. Can't go out too much, so why not let the restaurant come to you and get a 5-star and treatment right at the cover. So spiritually, so definitely been doing a praying and fasting. It's soul searching because what is God saying to us in this season? I want to miss His message in this season. I believe everything there's a learning experience. So definitely been. And physically, so I actually did have COVID, but that was rough. But that's important for me because
thank God you made it.
I don't have any long-term conditions or anything because of it, so I'm grateful. God.
Yes, absolutely. God kept you.
Yes, He did.
A lot that don't have that testimony. A lot that don't have it, but thank God He kept you. Let me ask that same question to LaToya.
Well, as far as business, as I said earlier, I had to definitely pivot to virtual teaching, with the schools and one-on-one, and having my business partners or those that teach with my company working virtually. But for me personally, I mean, it's actually been a blessing. This year I was able to actually release my EP that I've been working on for like ever. Thank God for that. When you have that time to just buckle down and focus, you get things done. And spiritually, it is definitely been an eye opener. God has been like speaking like fluently and consistently for me. So I think that has helped, you know, at this time being able to know which way to go, how to move in business, personally, and spiritually.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And this is definitely the time to hear from God. And like Terrence even said, you know, to hear from him, to know what is he speaking, what is he saying, what's next. You
Right.
know, it gives you time to, because we're not ripping and running like we were doing. You know, we're home. And if you do have a job, you're working from home, and some of them are going back to work gradually. You know, so Kim, did I ask you that question? I may have asked that
No.
earlier, but go ahead.
Who, me or Brennan?
Kim.
Okay. So as far as my business, we had to pause all production.
Right.
And unfortunately for us, it will probably be a while before we can meet in a normal gathering. So what I'm considering doing is smaller shows. So maybe capping it at 100 per show and maybe running 2 weekends instead of doing a larger scale show.
Right.
Because I do want to keep it going, but it's also helped me to connect with my customers. A lot of them are hanging in there. They didn't ask for refunds or anything. They said, you know, whenever you do it, we're rolling with you. So just having that contact, and for people who did need their money back, just having a heart and understanding like this is a difficult time for them and supporting them because they support me. So it's like, okay, I completely understand whatever you need me to do.
Right.
And as far as spiritually, I feel like this whole pandemic has settled me. Like before the pandemic, I was running to rehearsals, running to church, running to work, doing so many things. And then when the pandemic hit, it helped me to appreciate life and my family, and just those small moments that we brushed off and count as nothing. It's every time I open my social media, someone was passing, someone was sick, like some tragedy was happening, and it just helped me to appreciate my loved ones and appreciate God and His protection. So I feel like in seasons we learn God, and I've learned Him to be my protector in this season. So I'm really thankful.
Yes, very much. Absolutely. Now we have a question here, and this is Kim's pastor and brother, Pastor Joshua Jackson, and he asked, "What was one mistake and or learning experience that you're glad you encountered?" So we'll start with. We lost LaToya. What was one mistake and or learning experience that you're glad you encountered?
You know, I learned, you know, just like the Bible says that in business you have to be men, or in business you have to be about your business, right? Because I've encountered, you know, situations where I allow my emotions, or not so much my emotions, but me thinking, oh well, you know, I'll do it, you know, just trying to be overly nice. I'll do it, no problem, and then getting burned on the back end, you know. So it's very important to make sure, like Kim said earlier, that you have all your ducks in a row, your paperwork straight. You can get the business together first, and then do everything else with integrity, and you know, and require integrity from others as well. I think that's important. I think that's important too.
Right, absolutely. Terrence, what was one mistake and or learning experience that you're glad you encountered?
Wow. Well, let's just say, I think there's one thing about time management, and being timely.
Time management.
Yeah. There was, you know, it happened once. I was late to an event, sweating bullets. I just like to feel it. Like my good name is on the. You know, I'm already late, and then my assistant, Janique Sykes, she's always, "We got to be timely. This is our name. We got here." Yeah, I know. I'm coming. So I just learned how to, you know, try to time so that if delivery's at 3:00, we're there a little before. You know, we're time. Because time is everything. People say it's important, so we don't want to waste people time. I'm glad I learned that because it helped me in the end. And for now, very time efficient. I could truly say.
Yes. And Kim, what was your learning experience that you encountered? Whether
My learning experience was, I would say, trusting my gut. When
mm,
I first got started, I was easily intimidated because I didn't go to school for theater. I out of high school, I didn't really know anything, and so when I would bring people into the room with me, if they had a higher caliber, I would just kind of like submit to whatever their idea was because
right.
I felt insecure. And then
Mm-hmm.
it took me a while to kind of like, God gave me this vision. We work
Mm-hmm.
together as, but if at any point that God says, stop on this, stop on that, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I have to trust what He put in me. And
Yeah.
so that was my mistake, trusting people's voice over God's voice.
Wow. Yes. Nicole?
So for me, mine was more of a technical issue. So I have a vendor that uses or set up for my site, and nobody else on my team actually uses the same vendor. I went with the opposite one. And so my very first customer, I messed up, but thank God it was my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we were able to work through the issue, and then from there, I was able to learn more and learn how to actually go through and making sure
Right.
that it actually goes through properly and when they don't. So basically troubleshooting, be able to troubleshoot because I think that's important too, especially
Right.
using a lot of different vendors to do different things.
Right. Absolutely. Now, Brennan, what's in the future for you?
Well, my next venture is for my business is starting my 501c3. So like LaToya is. To go back to that next question, I really want to do well. Where my studio is, it's going to be a bi-level studio. One studio is going to be upstairs, and one studio is going to be downstairs.
Wow.
But the downstairs is going to be catered to people with disabilities. So I'm going to be working with using cognitive music methods to
Mm-hmm.
assist people with disabilities. So that's going to be my next thing. And now I've been praying about mentoring during this pandemic. One thing I did learn, I'm praying
Mm-hmm.
about mentoring someone so I can groom them and teach them what I know, so I can impart the same thing that's in me and to them. So I think I
Right.
found that person today. His dad did it for me, and now
Mm-hmm.
he's asking me to do it for him.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that I'm doing. So starting a mentoring group, people
That's great.
that don't have fathers in the home,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can be their mentor and gather a group of fathers so we can
Yeah.
mentor them so they can be fathers in their home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the direction of the future of my business.
Yes, I think it's so important to be able to mentor others, because a lot of times people have gifts and talents and they just hold it to themselves but don't want to share it. But I think it's vital to be able to mentor. That's what, it's Christ-like, to be able to mentor and share your gift with other people. There are so many selfish people in the world that don't feel like they should be helping anyone, but I think it's vital for us to be able to share what God is in, and the mentoring it would be excellent. Um, Terrence, what's in the future next for you?
Sorry.
What's in the future? What's next for Terrence?
So our goal and dream is to, we're looking to launch a type soul food restaurant locally here in the county area, as well as food truck options as well to cater to like bowls and things of that nature. So we're
Yeah.
making moves, looking for locations and things of that nature and stuff. So I'm excited.
Yes, that's good. Kim, what's next for you?
So as of right now, I'm trying to work on writing projects that bring residual income. So I
Wow.
want to make my artwork for me, whereas I don't have to work it all the time. So that's what I'm working on. I'm also gearing to do some things with children. I get
Hmm.
to tell stories to all the time, and now I want to help the babies and just do some fun, playful, colorful stuff. So
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Also, Terrence, someone put here vegan options as well.
Meet my assistant.
Oh,
Let me
really?
just do a plug. Terrence, he did his chefing for me.
Uh-huh.
I knew he could cook, but listen, it was like the best food I ever tasted in life. Like it
Really?
was so good. And you know how you work with your friends sometimes and they don't know how to not be your friend in that moment. It was he
Right.
was super professional. And so that's just my plug. Like if you want good food, good service,
Yes.
Legacy Catering is where it's at.
Right.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's nice. That's awesome. Now, Ben says, Kim, I definitely need to audition for the next play.
You should because there is low inquiries for men. Now I have
Yeah.
some bomb men that I work with, but
Mhm.
I love new faces because they always bring a new dynamic and they challenge me as a director. So
Right.
listen, follow Chemist Warren Productions and know about the next audition.
Right. Sounds
Yeah.
good. All right. Now, LaToya, what's next for you?
Well, as I said earlier, I am definitely looking to penetrate that homeschool market.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I've been
Mhm.
working very diligently, marketing strategically to homeschool families,
Mhm.
targeting homeschool programs in various states so that it can be offered as a service because homeschool is kind of like its own entity, right? So
That's true.
kind of have to get in with the right groups. So I've been strategically marketing
Yeah.
to the homeschool circuit, and it's
That's
been so
great.
far so good. And I'm believing that God will continue to open those doors for me. And I'm also in the process of getting ready to start working on my next full length project. So y'all keep me in prayer, okay?
Yes.
So,
Woo.
yeah, that's gonna be something.
Yes. God can do it.
He sure can.
God can do it. And Nicole, what's next for you? What's in the future for you?
What's in the future for me? I would say this: the sky is the limit. I have learned through this journey that you have your plan, and then God has His plan, and
Yeah.
God's plan is so much bigger than your plan. And so, it is my prayer that God continues to not only grow the entrepreneurship and business that I actually have invested in, but to
Hmm.
open my eyes to see other opportunities, to be able to grow a team, so to be able to other people that want to get into the business, want to learn more about it, to hold
Yes.
arms and grow together. So I'm here just to help, to support, and to grow, and to find out what God wants me to do, where He needs me to do, and when He wants me to do it.
Absolutely. 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 You guys are doing some phenomenal things for the kingdom, for yourselves. And I commend each and every one of you. And I pray God's blessings be upon you. And you have your heads together and just stay connected to God. And He's going to show you the rest of the way as to what you pretty much know what you want to do. And I just pray that God open up doors and financially be a blessing to you in all of your endeavors. I think it's commendable. And everybody has a unique gift and talent that God has given them to do. So continue to share and be a blessing to others. Let me ask you for a closing remark, and then we're going to sign off. And I want to, before we have your remarks, I just want to thank everyone for being a part on tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I look forward to what God is going to do. And I thank my wonderful guests for being here tonight, taking the time out of their busy schedules, even though they're home. I find myself more busy than I've been being at home, doing so many things between Zoom and so many other things. So I just thank God for that. But I thank you for your time, and I just pray God's blessings be upon you. And also those that are watching tonight and those that will be watching the replay, please continue to follow these young people, these millennials. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they have their own websites. And so please get in touch with them, as many as you can. Someone says, still really looking forward to Broken Crayons. And that Kim,
It's coming.
good,
It's
good.
coming, Richard.
It's coming, Richard. God bless. So, for your closing remarks, what would you like to say? And I'll start with Brennan.
I would love to invite everybody to my music festival September 5th. It's going to be a social distance concert, and it's going to be a great time. And for everybody that has a business idea, like the Bible says, write your vision, make it plain, because when it's right on paper, it's going to be right in reality.
That's right.
That's everybody that.
Yes. LaToya, what would you like to say? Your closing remark.
If you have any children that are interested in singing or playing the piano, creative writing, spoken word, and you're looking for something for them to do virtually, please visit my website, yadprogram.org. Again, that's yadprogram.org. You can find me on Instagram at yadprogram. What else? We on Twitter at yadprogram. All that. Follow the program for your children. We always put up advertisements about different programs that we have coming out. So please feel free to patronize the website, look through the videos. I'm sure you will enjoy what you see.
Amen. Good. Okay, Minister Terrance.
Oh boy. Keep the faith, trust God. I believe that God's given you gifts and talent, and He didn't give them for you to hold them in and bottom in. So precious. Push yourself out there. Surround yourself with people that's going to help push your vision. Not take over your vision. Helps push your own vision. One hand washes the other. And then help each other. So again, stay consistent, because consistency is everything. Don't lose momentum. Sky's the limit.
That's right. That's right. Nicole, what would you like to say?
Sure. So I would just like to say that God has given us a responsibility to take care of the bodies that He has given us on this earth. And it's up to us. It is up to us to do the work and to make the right choices. And listen, if you want to talk more, if you want to just connect more, if you just want to find out a little bit more, I encourage you to reach out to me. As I said, I'm on Facebook, Nicole Lester. I'm on Instagram, Nikki81. Nicole Lester, you can find me there, or you can go directly to my website, which has my information. And again, that's Nikki, N-I-C-K-Y, Lester.growherbalife.com. And just connect with me so we can get together and we can become responsible for our bodies and know that God will carry us. Because a lot of times we expect God to heal us from things, and not to say this will heal you, but to just expect God to heal us from stuff. But we don't ourselves learn how to turn away from the things that got us in a predicament that we were in to begin with. So let's be responsible.
Absolutely. And Kim?
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate you bringing me on the show, and I just want to tell everybody that if you're looking for entertainment, good quality entertainment, you can follow chemistwarrenproductions.com on all social media platforms, as well as going to our website www.chemistwarrenproductions.com. There you can see everything we have going on. We have some merchandise, things that you can pick up. And I would love to see you at the show. And I've got my handles in the box for you.
Yes. Sounds good, everybody. It sounds good. What I would like to do is next year, 2021, to bring you guys back probably in the spring and to check on you to see what you've done so you can share it with everybody. I think it's good to be able to share with what God is doing, because you never know who's listening and who may be interested in doing one of these ideas that you all do in one of your businesses and just need someone just to encourage them. But I would like to just check on you to see how you're doing. And when we start back opening for sure next year, for sure, I'm sure of it. Everything is open. So I'd like to, LaToya, her studio, and Brennan, his music production studio, Kim with her plays, Nicole with her weight information, weight loss business, and then Terrence with his cooking. So I think this is great, and I look forward to seeing what God is doing in your lives and going to continue to do. So God bless you on tonight, and I want to thank everyone for joining. Don't forget to join me on this coming Monday. Not Monday, I'm sorry, I keep saying Monday, but it'll be Tuesday, July 21st. Don't forget to join me on July 21st with Hearing from the Prophets. You don't want to miss that. And I have some other exciting events that's going to take place. I am booked with all the way up until October. So I thank God for what He's doing with this show and taking it everywhere. So I just thank God for what He's doing. So I'm going to say good night, and we will see you next time. God bless and enjoy the rest of your week.
Good night.
Thank you.